What's up? Welcome back to the Metal Hip Car Show. Just the other day, Lamborghini revealed this teaser photo on their Instagram. And I was planning on doing a theory video towards what I believe it's going to be. And this is what I thought. Seeing the overall length between the A-pillar and the C-pillar, I figured this is going to be a sedan, which I thought was super cool because I did a video forever ago talking about cars that must come back, and I said the Lamborghini SDK should come back on the Porsche Taycan and Audi Q-tron platform. But seeing this teaser photo, it had very much of a wedge shape in the front, meaning it wasn't going to be the SDK and it was going to be something new, which is super cool. Now I figured it was going to be EV, and I figured it was probably going to be on the Porsche Taycan platform, but what we got was a little bit different. What we got was the Lamborghini Lanzador being a 2+2 GT EV Lamborghini. This being the first GT-style Lamborghini since like the 1970s, and it's going to be the first full EV Lamborghini ever, which that will turn some people off, but it also makes over 1,300 horsepower. This thing's not going to be on sale until 2028, and it's estimated to have a price of $300,000, so let's say $380,000. But I think this thing's actually really cool. They didn't have to give this car 1,300 horsepower, but they did. They didn't have to make it look this cool, but they did. And they absolutely did not need to make it a two-door, but they did, and that's the coolest part of this. One of the best-selling platforms in car right now is the hatchback sedan, a la the Tesla Model S platform. So the fact that Lamborghini is going and making this a two-door is both hilarious and very cool. As we stand right now, the only two-door sports EVs on sale right now is the Volvo Polestar 1. And frankly, I think that's it. We know there's going to be the Dodge Charger Banshee coming out, which is going to fill that spot. But honestly, not much. We know this category is going to be filled, but it has yet to actually be filled. So the fact that Lamborghini's jumping directly into that first with their first full EV car for production eventually is super cool. So along with the wedge shape and a bit more of an Aventador kind of look to it, or I guess a Revelto kind of look to it, they refer to this car as high riding, and they've given it a bit of clearance to it. They very well could have made this thing a hypercar and given it no clearance whatsoever, but giving it a bit more of a higher ride and actual clearance is kind of an interesting move, especially when you're making over 1,300 horsepower. Now, what I find interesting is when you look at the dash on it, it actually has what appears to be a gauge cluster and a tachometer on it. So I'd be very interested in the future if this car is going to be making some sort of artificial noise like we're seeing from the Hyundai Ioniq 5N. But nonetheless, I do think this thing is very cool, and I can't wait to see some actual numbers on it. Would I rather see the SDK come out? Honestly, yeah. We have a platform for it now that would make it super easy to make, and I still think it looks super cool, but it's not it, so I'm not going to sit here whining about it. But I do think this thing's fantastic, and I think it's going to likely lead the charge a little bit for more two-door EV sports cars. And as I said earlier, this car is likely going to cost north of $300,000. It's estimated at $300,000, but I think it's be closer to $350,000, $380,000 by the time it actually comes out. I'm super looking forward to this. I think it's a cool step for Lamborghini, and it's something they haven't done in many years. So really, really cool to see it actually happening. But I want to know, what do you think? Are you super into this thing, or do you see it as kind of another EV and it doesn't matter? Let me know in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed what you've seen. I post on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and I'll see you later.